Hello, friends of Sudoku, and welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku Puzzle. It is 6:30 in the morning here in Vietnam, and it is the 6th November 2023. The puzzle is available very early, and that is nice because after I hopefully successfully solve this puzzle, I am going to the beach. It's 26 degrees here, Celsius, of course, and it's a wonderful morning. Let's see what we have to deal with. Well, there's a 4. It must go here because these two 4s block across here, and this 4 blocks down. A 4 must go here. Now we have a 4, 5. So we're going to have a 4 and a 5 in 2 of these 3 squares. What else do we have? We have a very congested first column. We only need to find 2, 9, 3, and a 5 to complete the column. There's a 2, 5, and a 9 here, so here comes a 3. The first and the only 3 in the puzzle so far, by the way. Now 2, 9, and a 5 here, the 2 blocks here, so here's a 2, and here now a 5 and a 9. Can we do anything with that? I think not. But if these are 5 and 9, these must be a 3, 7, 8, and a 6. 3, 7, 8, and a 6. Also not at all possible yet. We're going to have a 1 up here because of these 2 1s. We're going to have 2s here or here. And 5s must go in one of these 2 positions. I am once again reminding myself to slow down as much as possible. I realize that it can be difficult if you're not used to it to keep all of these combinations in short-term memory. I'm used to it, so I find it rather easy. One thing that I'm noticing here is a very nice pattern. We got 1 and a 4 blocking across here, and we got a 1 and a 4 blocking up here. So it's clear that we have a 1 and a 4 in these 2 squares. And that means that we're going to have a 1 here or here. And since this goes 4 blocks down, and this 4 blocks down, and this 4 blocks over, we are going to have a 4 in one of these 2 squares here. But since we know that these are 1s and 4s, we might want to have a look at these 4 squares. Since they can't be 1 and a 4, they are limited to being a 3, 6, 7, and a 9. We have a 6, 9, and a 7 blocking here, so it must be a 3. Now we're going to have a 3 here or here. And 1, 4 here, 6, 7, 9 here. 9 blocks over, here is a 9. 6, 7 here now. This 7 goes to 7, as it were, blocks across. This 7 blocks across, and this 7 blocks up. So 7 must go here. And we're now going to have a 7 here or here later on. 6 and 7 here. 2, 3, 8 for these squares. 8 must go here or here because of this 8 blocking up. This goes to 8 blocks down. This 8 blocks up. This 8 blocks across. So here's an 8. Now we have an 8 blocking across here and down here. Here's another 8. Which blocks down? This 8 blocks down, this 8 blocks across. Here's another 8. And we have one more 8. It must go here because of these 2 8s blocking here, 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 and here, and this 8 blocks here. So here's an 8, which in turn blocks up. This 8 blocks across. Here's an 8. I think we need one more 8. Yes, the 8 blocks across here. This 8 blocks across here. This 8 blocks up. So an 8 must go here. How nice. Now, these being 6 and 7 makes these a 2 and a 3. And we can solve that because the 3 here forces a 2 to go here and a 3 here. Here now a 1 and a 2. The 2 blocks over, giving me a 1 here and a 2 here. This 1 blocks over, giving me a 4 here and a 1 here, because we remember the 1-4 pair from earlier, don't we? To complete the first row, we need to enter a 6 here. And here we need to find a 4, which can't go here, it must go here, and a 5, which has got to go here. This 5 blocks down, so a 5 will have to go here or here. We already know that one of these is a 5. Slow down, slow down, slow down. What is happening across here? What's happening is we're looking for a 1, 2, 3, and a 7. 2, 3, 7. This is a 1. We have a 1 and a 1 here blocking these 5 squares. We have these 2 1s blocking these 2 squares in addition to that. So here is a 1. Back to here. 2, 3, and a 7. We know that this 2 blocks down. This 2 blocks over. One of these must be a 2. And this goes to 2 blocks these 3 squares. Therefore, the 2 goes here. Now a 3 and a 7 for these squares. Can we do anything about that? Not yet. I think no. So we won't for the time being. But we will look at these 3 squares, and they must be a 3, 6, and a 9. Also, nothing I think I can do much about, but it does tell me that one of these must be a 6. And that's about all it tells me. But we can find a 2 for the corner cell here, because we have these 2's blocking these 5 squares, and we have got this 2 over here blocking this square. So here's a 2. Which blocks over? This 2 blocks over, this 2 blocks down. Here's a 2. These 2's block up and down, and this blocks across. Here's a 2. I am going to put a 1 here because this 1 and this 1 block here, and this 1 blocks here. So here's a 1. Now we have a 1 blocking across and down and over. 1 therefore goes here. What did we say about these squares here? We said that must be 6, 3, and a 9, therefore a 5 and a 7 for these squares. The 5 blocks down here, so here's a 7, here's a 5. And here now we need to find a 7, which can't go here, it must go here, and a 3. That gives us a 3 up here, and in one of these 2 squares as well. Here we're looking for a 6 and a 5. That's easy because the 5 puts a 6 here and the 5 goes here. 2 numbers missing here, and 9 and a 3. Here a 6 and a 7. Here a 6 and a 7. Here not a 6 or a 7. I'm not going to deal with a unique rectangle this morning. I don't think it's going to be necessary. 3 and 9 here. It should be possible to find a number for the last empty square in column 3, shouldn't it? It must be a 7. We do have a 9 and a 5 here, memory tells me. Therefore, these must be a 3 and a 6. 3, 6, 6, 6 down here. Not sure about that at all. I think I might want to revert to the unique rectangle pattern. We have a 7, 6 here, 7, 6 here, 7, 6 here, and we cannot have a 7 here, and we cannot have a 6 here, because that would form a unique rectangle and give us a puzzle without a unique solution, which is not a valid puzzle. So armed with the knowledge that this square can't be a 6 or a 7, it also cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be a 5, not a 6, not a 7, not an 8, and not a 9. So we know that this must be a 5. There you go. There you have it. We did it. We caved and we used a unique rectangle. That helps us a little bit, because now these two, these 4 and 5s prevent a 4 and a 5 from going here. We have a 4 and a 5 preventing a 4 and a 5 from going here. So these two squares must be a 4 and a 5. Therefore, these two must be the 3 and the 6 we were looking for. In the bottom row, apart from the 3 and a 6, we also need to find a 7 and a 9. This 9 blocks down here. This 9 blocks down here. This 9 blocks down here. So a 9 goes here. And this square, therefore, must be the 3 that we have been talking about. Here now a 6, 7, and a 4. I don't know what to do with that information, at least not yet. But I can find a 7, because this 7 blocks across, this 7 blocks down, and this 7 blocks down. Here's a 7. So now we do have something. We have a 7 blocking across and across, giving me a 7 here, therefore a 7 here and a 6 here. 4 and 6 here now. We also have 4 here or here. We still have our 5 and 9 here, and therefore our 6 and 3 here. Let's have a look at this row number 8. We need to find a 4, 5, 6, and a 9 to complete the row. There's a 4, 6, and a 5 blocking this square. It must be there for a 9. Now we can put a 9 here and a 5 here. And that should help, because now this is a 5 and this has got to be a 4. So does this. And this must be the 6. 3 and 6 for these squares. 3 blocks down. Here's a 6. Here's a 3. Here's a 3. Here's a 6. We should be able to do these 3. They must be a 3, which goes here, and a 9, which goes here. And the final one is a 6, which goes here. And that's how we can solve this puzzle today. There is probably going to be quite a few solution paths to this one here, but this is the one I happened to stumble across. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.